Hello, hey all. Today I'll be talking about Otto Mcline, so I'm not going to introduce myself as him. Confusion, a lot of third person here. Okay, so Otto started out as, pretty troubled child. He was an emergency C-section. He had his umbilical cord wrapped around his neck, and coming from my own life as such as. Growing up, he did have a lot of anger issues, got in fights all the time. But he did start taking self defense classes. It's just like a little bit of karate, a little bit of taekwondo, breathing, and all that. Anger management was thrown in there. He also took kendo when he was like 8 years old, up till like most of his life. So he got pretty good at a lot of self defense techniques and swordplay. But that's not a big deal. It doesn't really matter. It's just how he helps himself calm down. Later through life, he ended up um, not making too many friends, but he was a genius in school. He could have easily graduated high school by he was 13, but decided to when he was 16. His parents thought it'd be a better idea for him to do that so he could at least try to make more friends. He did have like two main friends growing up in school. There was Acade and Rostro. Those were his two main friends. They just hung out, did random stuff. One was really into food and animals and loved making stuff with his hands. Other one had Rostro had sensitivity to light, so he always had shades on and all that stuff. Always hid in the shadows. That's for another time. Oh my gosh, I'm just dragging this on. Sorry. Okay. All throughout school, he loved physics and chemistry the most. So in physics, he picked it up like nothing. It just clicked with him. Most things in physics space there. He ultimately loved black hole theories, other dimensions, how there's technically he liked the theory that there's not actually a timeline per se, but it's just dimensions layering up like a storybook. Let's do a 2D to 3D elevation there. You're 2D plane. Okay, you see that across. Then you have a book. This is what we would see, flipping the page. But 2D people, they would not know the existence of the other pages. They couldn't see it. They'd be way past their mind. So he loved those theories. Chemistry-wise, he loved making concoctions to cure wounds, heal stuff like that. Also, sometimes liked creating electrical fields with certain chemicals, almost blowing stuff up on accident. Yeah, let's just leave it at an accident. In high school, though, there was this one girl that was always trying to get his attention, though. But ultimately, to Otto, he didn't notice. He didn't really care. He thought friendships were, really pointless. So his two friends he had in general, they're there themselves. He liked it to bounce ideas off, but he didn't know. Social situations weren't his forte. He loved to show off in any way, shape, or form. Physical feats are a major thing there. But when it came to actually making friends or doing stuff with the opposite sex, not so much. So throughout high school, he was doing physics, did that, most of the college things. He did study biology because, it's helpful there. He was trying to learn how to help his parents in their fields. His dad was ultimately a clockmaker, watched on his own little shop there, but he was also had a doctorate and he would help out. He had a doctorate in mainly medicine, multiple forms of medicine, so I shouldn't make it more specific. So his dad would occasionally get called off to hospitals and stuff like that, and he'd do stuff for med techs. I don't know. I don't really want to complicate it. Do know more about that, but what would be the point? And then his mom was an astrophysicist that was working on a life support suit. He took real interest in Otto. Took real interest into that one. So he was like, after high school and all that stuff, he was helping them with their projects and on he just has little projects on the side. My gosh, there's a lot more to him. Okay. At home, he would work in his room, he was working on a watch, but that's more of his adult life. So right now I'm just trying to get the beginning, get it going there. Damn, there's a lot about Otto. Let's see. In school, he was an outcast. Like I said, it was hard for him to make friends. But the couple friends he did, they were pretty cool. Then the female kept giving him gifts. Charisse, you'll probably figure it out later. So, yeah, Charisse liked him a lot. More than a lot, but he his couple cousin. Actually, should mention his cousins. His cousin Sylvester was like trying to do a bunch of stuff with traps, make locks and stuff like that. He ended up becoming a locksmith later on in life. So that was actually pretty damn cool of him. But he freaking Sylvester could like, okay, you see this little spring? He could turn into a random trap. Okay, you see this quarter? Somehow it's a damn trap. So that's even before he gets to Flursick, he was figuring out little ways to make anything a trap. It's just, that's how Sylvester's mind works. He was a little bit, his common sense was lacking, but he was a genius. Sylvester's cool. And then his other cousin, Veldos, really loved making stuff. He had a hard time getting along with the women. But lo and behold, it's because he was attracted to men. So, he's a cool guy. Loved making blacksmithing stuff there. He was really good at making swords. Outside of high school, though, when he was like graduated, he actually went into an internship through a blacksmith. And lo and behold, it was actually more relevant in their world than ours. So it did get him some money on the side. Otto was also looking into that, helped him out with some funding and all. Otto was getting some money. He was selling some of his projects, like he made a concealment device that could like shrink fabrics and stuff to a very minimal size. And he's really smart like that. He also was creating natural potions, but unlike our world, that gets really. Actually, I shouldn't mention that. That would be rude of me. Otto was able to sell all his medicine and help out multiple people. He found cures for lots of stuff. He was just trying to get it out there. He didn't really care about making money. So, Otto was physically fit, as I was saying. He was partially blind, though, growing up his entire life. He had a major stigmatism. He was born with a half-color eye, just like yours truly. Trying to think of what else. Oh, he cracked a few theories, and he was in the process of trying to study some. Gosh, I'm stuttering a lot. I'm freaking tired. Shouldn't be doing this. Or the one I'm tired and talking about my main dude. Oh, okay. I should mention. Otto breezed through school, yes. Some of his teachers were impressed with him. There's some of his teachers he didn't get along with, so he just boycotted their class. He would still show up, but not do any of the work. That pissed off a lot of his teachers. Otto technically never actually passed high school in a way. He still got his diploma. He got all the credits. Like I said, he got it really damn early. 16, just some crap went down that made him want to leave the school, all that stuff. And he was also doing too much stuff at home to want to stay at school. He had too much work. He was doing chemistry stuff like that. He was now an instructor in Kindle class when he turned. Well, I should say when he turned in Kindle. Turned 18 for his Kindle class. He was becoming an instructor there. He was also trying to get degrees in having to teach physics and chemistry for later on in life if he ever wanted to help out, which he did do that. In college, he teach some physics classes, and occasionally he would go into a high school and teach a couple of chemistry classes. He got those right before he was like 20. Well, in his mid-20s, he got them, but that's pretty much about his beginning life. I know this wasn't the best video. I'm getting really tired. I know I should have summed it up better or faster. Sorry for saying a lot. And yeah, but peace out. You'll have a wonderful night, day, whatever it is for you. Hello. Take care.